me feeling like I'm academics.
Last time we seen Alex Spiro pop out, and he popped out in a major way. Piers Morgan, if you look at Piers Morgan's channel, everything he's doing, I ain't gonna lie, Piers Morgan, he's like white Shannon Sharp. Everything he's doing is getting major views. Look, 1.5 million a day ago, 1.2 million a day ago, 750K. Like most of all, 3.6 million for that interview in question. He is like doing really huge numbers. And I think for him, you know what? And I'm pretty sure he has some type of counsel. Why go to war with the Carters? Especially when it's over some shit that Jaguar Wright said, right? Now, this is also one of the reasons why I think that Vlad has never interviewed her, regardless, because, you know, she has a lot to say about Sean Diddy Combs. Like, you're still going to have people who are very interested in what she said. Did you see her last interview? She just did another interview. She did another interview. Like, look at this. Came out yesterday.
I watched them.
Yo, by the way, I know she's probably charging for interviews right now. Look, it did 1 million in a day. Yo, chat, look. Look, she started looking like a diva now. She got glasses on. Look at her. Listen to this shit.
A video of an interview of Justin Bieber, and he was talking about Billie Eilish. And he was like, he was broke, almost in tears. He's like, I just want to protect her. I just want to keep her safe.
Yeah.
Let's take a shot, chat.
What do you think he went through?
Because he knows what's been happening to Billy. Just like everybody knew what was happening to Millie Bobby Brown girl with Drake.
What?
These people are monsters.
Stop. That's my thing with her. Yo, she had clear, you know, association. Like, we seen her singing for Jay-Z. I know people were mad. They were like, yo, Ak, how didn't you know? Bro, like, I didn't know she was the person who was singing on the Unplugged thing. But, like, come on. Like, why we acting like she was a huge deal? Relax. Anyway, the thing with her is, and I think this is a symptom of the Me Too era. To get credibility, all you have to do is claim everybody is a monster. Chris Brown monster, Drake monster, Jay-Z monster, Diddy monster. They're all monsters. And now, because we do see Diddy in trouble, we're like, really? Tell me more. We give a platform. There's 1 million people watching a day. We keep hearing more and more shit. And again, it's different if she was around these people, but I don't know if she's ever met Drake or Chris Brown. I heard her say things about Drake and Chris Brown. And I was like, have you met him? Like, how are you speaking on? It's one thing to be like, I've heard that these guys do X, Y, and Z. She don't speak like that. And I think that's what Dame Dash was saying. She don't be speaking in the, oh, I heard this. She speaks in this, I know this.
Real life. What time it is?
Oh, look, they put a disclaimer. Wow, see? The information provided by the speaker or presenter on the IDAC platform is for general informational purposes only. All information provided is in good faith. However, we make no representation or warranty of any kind expressed or implied regarding the accuracy. Okay, see, I'm going to be honest with you. This is where we get to bullshit. We start chasing clicks over chasing, like, if you got to put this type of, like, disclaimer, it's like you saying, I ain't gonna lie to you, we don't even really believe this chick. We just think it's entertaining and it's gonna get us clicks. Like, come on, bro. Like, she's talking about things and making allegations that would purport and also encourage people to go to jail for life. Like, if you're putting this, like, disclaimer, like, it's not like you don't believe it.
Real life street stars. Hold on. They might not have saw this coming, but I'm sure they saw it coming. It's been 3 days. 3 point something million on Piers Morgan.
Yeah.
Jaguar Wright has the world's attention as we speak. The last time we spoke, it was virtually.
Yeah.
And Diddy had been arrested, which made the world stop
Yeah.
and take a moment and say, wait a minute. There's been a lady speaking about these things for years.
He turned the whole world into Ray J. Wait a minute. Yup, he did. Yeah, he did.
And first and foremost, we have to say we appreciate you coming here next, because that gives us validity in the sense that Piers Morgan, thank you. But really, this moment right here is where we really get what y'all are coming here to see, and what we call what would you call this kind of information that you put out, Jag? What?
Real shit.
There you go. There you go. Now, before we get started, I'm looking at your drip. I'm looking at your clothing.
Yeah.
And that looks somewhat. Is that Haley Bailey?
Well, someone asked me where to get this T-shirt from because they thought it was Haley Bailey.
Yes.
23-year-old Jaguar Wright, Miss 7th Avenue. My stores say, I love her. Years in lapse, time, gap. And yet, she looked like me. This is what they do to us. Then they keep creating replica.
Come on. Our fans who really want to also support you, of course, you have your own support system as far as Jaguar Wright and the Jaguar Wright Foundation, wherever.
And my legal defense fund, which
Correct.
is most imperative right now.
Ooh.
With 2 business deals, 2 companies, Profits Plus BB Films, and View It. Both of them were brought to me by people that I considered trusted allies, and both deals were corrupted. Now, I'm not going to blame the people that brought the deals to me.
This caption says Dame Dash sued CFA, which I think maybe is the company that owns this channel.
How could I expect them to know? But to consistently keep being courted to do business with people who keep things secret, like, oh yeah, we work with Rock Nation, or oh yeah, Cuba Gooding Jr., full on Diddy Doo-Wop Bop, sits on the board. If I had have heard those names in those first meetings, there's no way I would have gone through with those deals. I don't do business with people who do business with the devil. So why did they keep it secret? Why did I have to find out? Why did I have to do extra research that wasn't available upon meeting these companies? And I'm going to tell you why. Because my enemies paid good money to make sure I can't be successful. Okay. And if you don't believe me, ask Dame Dash.
Ooh, here we go.
Ooh, okay.
That's what's been happening to him. Hi, Dame.
Oh, stay right there. Stay right there. So
thanks for the shout out.
Oh, here we go.
Sorry you've been getting sued. I haven't.
And we're going to go back to Dan because he said, how come they haven't sued Jaguar Wright? A lot of people are saying that. So let's just start with Piers Morgan because there's a headline that went out that was very powerful that people are running with where it just says, Jay-Z is the real monster. Now, before you speak on it, to even get to Piers Morgan, can you explain how that took place and why even take that interview to go forward?
Well, excuse me.
Bless us.
I can't say that I sought it out because I didn't. Truth is we didn't see it coming.
Hey. I'm trying to say this without coming off as a hypocrite because I run a news platform, right? And sometimes in the moments of the biggest misfortunes, like, for example, I remember we had 72,000 people watching just King Akademiks when we were listening and waiting for the deliberation and the reading of the Tory Lanez verdict, which ultimately went to prison. So I do know because, you know, and that's been my thing, right? Like, I'm the news guy. Like, you guys used to watch me or listen to me before you ever heard my voice and be like, hey, boy, check it out. Like, you heard that a million times. And I do know that when big news, whether positive or negative, like, you know what I mean, a lot of people tune in. So let's just break even that down, right? By the nature of things, I do get paid when there are big headlines. I get paid more, I guess, when there's big headlines or big things that's happening because more people come. That's something I acknowledge. But I acknowledge it where I'm not, and again, I'm saying this because I want to be a hypocrite in what I'm about to say. I acknowledge this because it's different, because I also have the ability to create stories if I want. Like, I keep telling you, I have everybody's secrets. If I just want to go break story after story and just, you know, I could, but that's not really what I do, right? So I generally kind of just react and I kind of go off of the natural cycle of things. And, you know, if something happened, that's what it is. And I use that to admit how, you know, I don't want to be a hypocrite, but I want to address like the Jaguar Wrights. And I remember talking to Vlad and I said, Vlad, you know, once you start paying these people for interviews, you fucked up the game. Because this was when he was talking about the Marlon Wayans thing. And he was like, oh, and I completely get the business model, right? Well, Vlad is making tens of thousands of dollars for some of these interviews. Of course, like, you know, after a while, shit, you should pay your guests, especially when, you know, for me, it's a quid pro quo, like, which means we're exchanging. Like, when I interview 21 Savage, or if I interview Vaughn of 1700, or I interview any of these rappers, they're looking for additional eyes and promotion for their music. In exchange for doing the interview, that interview for me becomes content, right? So they're getting free promotion. I'm getting content. So I don't generally like to pay anyone, truth be told. I think once I go down the realm, but that's just my mentality. Once you go down the realm of paying people, you start seeing very different things. Now, let me explain what's happening on YouTube. Shout out to Charleston White. Like, Charleston White's one of those guys, and I think he deserves every dollar. He gets paid because he'll do an interview with a channel with 300 subscribers, and after that interview, because the interview is still going to do 500,000 at least, that channel going to blow up to be like 30,000 subscribers just off of that. So he should be compensated. Now, I extrapolate that thought to like someone like Jaguar Wright. Jaguar Wright is at the point now, and I don't know what her financial condition was before. If you think Jaguar Wright isn't getting paid handsomely for all these interviews she's doing, you're smoking crack. Now, I'm not upset, nor do I really give a fuck if people pay for interviews. But let's think about the Jaguar Wrights, the Gene Deals. And I'm not saying no one's lying. But if you're getting paid and your payment, this is how you're now making a living. It's predicated on you having and exposing the industry or telling these tales that are saying people are monsters. Does it ever get to the point that you say, okay, I already exposed all the monsters. These other guys that I've never met, I don't know enough about them. Or do you just double down? Or do you just continue, continue to kind of go down the realm of whatever you believe that people want to hear? Because at the end of the day now, when you see her show up with the glasses and she's like, you know, this is, if Jaguar Wright's getting 6 figures for talking about this shit now, facts. You think if she cares about now her new income stream to continue, you think she's not trying to say things or do more shit to have it continue? Or do you think at this point she's just here to get the truth out and she just wants to see people? Or is she do you get what I mean? Now, I use that to say, remember what we said about some of these lawsuits. We got real victims who they were really wronged by Diddy. And they're suing because for whatever reason, they couldn't get him locked up, I guess, right? But then you got some of those people who, shit, if the money's being given out, let me get it. There's a couple, listen, there gonna be a couple of chicks who said, nah, shit, I was down with a freak off back then, but shit, if everybody taking this nigga down, I'm about to change my story. I need some money too. And I'm wondering, when it comes to like Jaguar Wright, I'm like, are we still at the point? Because you'll watch someone like Jaguar Wright start developing main character syndrome. Like, okay, we're all going to give her credit for speaking about Diddy before everyone else took focus on him. But as time goes by, you realize she's basking in this almost newfound celebrity attention and this pay-to-play economy for these interviews she's doing. You start seeing a demeanor change. It starts to be a lot more about, it's like a second wind at what is about fame. And again, I'm not saying any of this to like make her look or sound any crazy, but I'm wondering if that taints the process of, because I remember hearing Jaguar Wright for the first time, even Gene Deal. Their thing was, I just want to tell the truth. And that is so innocent. When someone says, I didn't have a voice before, I just want to tell the truth. After a while, though, it becomes, well, this is now your new career. How much you think Gene Deal gets a year to do interviews? Speaking about Diddy. Keep in mind, if he's not speaking about Diddy, I don't know how interested he is. How much you think Jaguar Wright is getting? So again, how much could they still give new information that they haven't said in the other 40 interviews they done did? If they want to keep getting a check, they got to come up with new shit. Now, maybe they're just good at recollecting some shit they never said before. Or maybe, exactly, all right?
But I have to credit Odell.
Got Odeezy.
My love. I have to credit him because since we've combined and joined forces and become a hell of an investigative journalism team. See, I'm the content, I'm the passion, I'm the voice. I'm also the brain, but I do too much by myself.
See, once we get to the point where like, she's talking about the business model of exposing these guys. You see, it always starts off pure where you're like, oh no, they're just doing the right thing. They're speaking against somebody powerful. Then you realize now, this is a business. This is a 6-figure income generator that they're now creating a team around. And how much of this is still pure versus how much of this is we need to continue the business?
That's the brain. That's the administrator. That's the bloodhound. And he, there
I'm going to
was
skip to the Vlad part real quick.
Vlad going after you.
never have enough to say. There will never be enough screen time for me to say. But what I will say is, I'm grateful for the questions he asked. I'm grateful for the time he gave me to answer. And I pray that I was able to hit everything that needed to be hit for the public.
How did you feel about Vlad going after you?
I loved it. I saw the lineup immediately.
Right.
Especially when I saw the lawyer, Ariel, kid that came after.
Right.
What Pierce did was brilliant journalism.
Right.
He created a beef without there being one. And he created multiple episodes for Confrontation After. It's brilliant.
It is. Vlad has said you're a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
And he has never wanted you on a show. He has never
Ever.
reached out to you.
You know what? Hold up. Drum roll. Where do I find that receipt?
Oh. We got. Is there?
On the email.
Let me check.
Yeah. There's receipts?
No, it's on your YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
let me go over here to my baby's channel, Set in the West. Shout out to
Shout out
Set
to
in the
the
West.
West. Running the numbers up. Go there for all the exclusive. All the exclusive.
You know, it's so funny. I love bigging his channel up.
Yeah.
I love it. I do. I love it. I love having
You know, going from
Right?
I mean,
Blash. Didn't subscribe on his phone. No, because hold on, let's see. Is that it? Oh, the Bluetooth. They don't have any Everyone knew he was the devil.
I would go, but there's a party within a party.
This has been a fist.
AKA, what's your name, bro? Vladimir, Booski. It's Vladimir. Vladimir. Come at you as a
Before vlogging.
carpet Compton, but why just Compton?
From Bompton.
Okay, anyway.
Running around from 10 rooftop to 10 rooftop, playing your little weird. And considering everything that's going on with the Israelis right now and the war and the this and the that, you know, seems like you would be more interested in that. Like Mila Kunis, and
before he came on, what is his thoughts on you before they put him on?
I'm sure they checked.
So,
But the thing is
makes for good TV.
It's great TV. Like I said, I thought it was brilliant. But the thing is the only way that he could have been cloaked from a vetting team as fierce as Pierce Morgan's.
All right, let's get to. She's talking about 50 J Kendrick. What the fuck? Let's hear this.
You got it.
Damn.
I need
Curtis?
I need that.
Okay.
You
So,
can find him in the club.
right. So you can find him in the club.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. So let me ask you: when Pierce,
Hopefully not at Coco Pele.
damn,
I got somebody looking for you there.
damn.
I know you're tight, Curtis. You gonna fall for one of my niggas real soon. See if you figure out which one.
Oh my god. So
I had somebody watching your ass the second you came down to the clerk's office. Now, you might have been able to pay everybody down there to get on Facebook and lie about me and say that I was arrested for kidnapping and elderly abuse. Y'all remember when I got arrested and brought here to Dallas
Yes.
after I got extradited? What was it, for kidnapping and elderly abuse?
Now she's calling out 50 Cent. Now you know what I've noticed, chat, and I start to realize. Let me tell you this: when you open Pandora's box. And sometimes, you know, I forgot the law that applies to this in the 48 Laws of Power. Sometimes you want to see somebody fall. But, you know, in Jamaican terms, I've always said, I love this term because it's true. They say when you dig a grave, make sure you dig two. You dig one for the person you hate and dig one for you too. Because sometimes when you're so focused on trying to sink somebody, you also sink yourself. And what I've realized is that, you know, 50 has been one of the main contributors to seeing Diddy go down. And Diddy be, you know, castrated and kind of ousted as like this creep. But the more these lawsuits keep coming out, what have we seen? Two of the people, not only 50, but also Gene Deal, they're like, oh, wait, hold on now. Some of this shit, I know I've been saying this nigga's weird and he did do A, B, and C, but I'm not gonna quote. You know, you know what? Where that comes from? That comes from those people realizing you're not that removed and you're not that protected either. It's only a matter of time before somebody mentions that Gene Deal was in some shit, or somebody mentions that 50 was in. Maybe not some shit with Diddy, but somebody makes an allegation. So you gotta you can't be the person that's accepting that every I won't call it bullshit, but every allegation is right, because it could happen to you too. And we've seen how Gene Deal kind of backpedaled, but I seen 50 himself. 50, what did 50 say? 50 posted even something recently, and he called it out. He said, yo, this is bullshit. Where is it at? Where's the 50 post? Fuck. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Where is it? Am I tripping? Like, he essentially said, oh, here it is. Right here. Okay? Give me one second. Okay. So 50, he said, okay. He said, did he go make bail his next? Well, it wasn't this one. He's gonna make bail his next court days. So all that shit y'all been saying, keep the same energy. Don't y'all even try to take that post down. That wasn't the one actually. He had called out BS. Where is it? Like, fuck. I don't have my ducks in order today, Chad. I know. I like to have all my things, but I just instantly thought of this. So I don't have this like prepared, but he called out some shit and he said, yo, this is bullshit. Let me see. 50 Cent Diddy calls, like he called it BS. He called out one of these allegations and he was just like, this is a lie. Right? Oh yeah, he says, caught this bitch lying. Right? And so you put up this Thalia Graves joint, and it says TMZ had obtained a text exchange between the Diddy accuser, her, Thalia Graves, and her ex-boyfriend, where she offered him up to $7 million, or not $7 million, but 7 figures to corroborate her claim. And 50's now coming, looking like he's almost kind of like saying, all right, man, yo, we already got Diddy down. He's locked up, like, but some of these other claims is bullshit. Because you know what happens is that the pylon method happens. And he has to, I don't think he cares about Diddy. I think 50 realizes that you're not impervious to this. I think Gene Deal realizes that the same way how you tried to sink Diddy, after a while, they going to get Big Joe Sherman, and eventually somebody's going to say Gene Deal. Just like 50's realizing that you're now creating an environment where women who have had maybe any type of sexual experience with a rapper or someone who they feel got the bread, they're going to come out with a different story. And guess who got bread too? You. So I seen 50 start to kind of like change his tune slightly. And I'm like, okay, interesting.
Yes.
It was for me being a fugitive.
Oh yeah, fugitive.
Because DJ Genesis made me a fugitive when she pretended to be Angela Owusu and broke my bond.
Okay,
Went to and talked to and told them about me wanting to run for mayor. Why? To manipulate the circumstances of what's supposed to happen at the Super Bowl.
What?
My Pierce Morgan to say he's not here to defend himself. So
No,
we're
and
gonna...
neither is his asshole. I'm over Curtis. I'm over Curtis. Because the only reason he's kissing up to Jay-Z right now, trying to manipulate the circumstances of what's supposed to happen at the Super Bowl.
What?
See, Diddy's in jail. Jay-Z's used to having a wingman. You think it's going to be you? Now, everybody knows in the backdrop, Sean Carter, that you promised the South that the next time the Super Bowl came through, it would be a Louisiana affair. And then when Diddy goes and gets into trouble and you need to convince the white people you're still in control, you bring Kendrick Lamar, who we already know you don't like for the way he embarrassed you on Don't Kill My Vibe, the remix.
Wait,
But
what?
we also know
Up in the closet.
you got ties in TDE,
What?
Sean Carter, and you got a switch on top. I know that. I know that for a fact. Just like why you keep having artists that want to jump off of high places. Shout out to Absol.
Bozo, thank you for the 50 pounds. I appreciate you. You said, you're a trustworthy journalist who's pretty much accurate on a lot of stuff, but it's also a business. We saw your cars. She has a voice to expose other predators now, like Jay-Z and Drake, and to get paid. Nothing wrong with that. Bozo, this is why I admitted the fact that I don't want to seem a hypocrite when I'm saying what I'm saying about her. So I talked about, hey, I do run a news channel, or I do a news podcast or a news stream. I get it. So like in times when there is a big news story, I do get ridiculous numbers, right? Which in terms turns to ridiculous pay. I am agreeing with you. Here's my point. Her knack is really the Jay-Z and Diddy stuff, which she's been speaking about. It's one thing where you're speaking on maybe firsthand knowledge of these people. I don't know if she knows Chris Brown. And I know y'all might be like, oh, no, it's because she mentioned Drake. It's just like, here's my point. Jaguar Wright also said that Joe Budden was fucking some dude. And Joe Budden, I forgot who she said he was fucking. But even Joe Budden was just like, yo, I was actually believing a lot of the stuff you were saying until you just randomly threw me in it. You have to realize at a point, it's impossible that this woman knows every predator, every nefarious, evil person in the industry. And at a point, she becomes just like someone who's cynically just mentioning people's names. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. I see her with Jay-Z. Whatever she said about Jay-Z, she knows more than me. I'll say that same thing about Sean Combs. When she's mentioning certain other people, I don't know if she was even around.
Oh.
What was her name?
Like this. She's talking about how the Super Bowl this year should go with Kendrick and TDE and Jay-Z. Like, again, do you think she's speaking from a place of, oh, she knows? Or maybe she's also, like, speculating a bit?
Lori Joe?
Oh.
That woman threw herself from a control tower and impaled herself with spikes right before she was about to sign the TDE.
Okay, Bozo, I'll ask you this question. By the way, Bozo, that's the name of the guy. I'm not calling him Bozo. Let me tell you this. You see, y'all gonna jack what Jaguar Wright says until she starts saying shit that you're like, what the fuck is she talking about? All right, cool. You know my favorite game? All right, bet. Y'all right. Y'all got me. Yeah, I'm hating. Cool. All right, bet. She said TDE on some weird shit. What's up? What up? Y'all believe her now? TDE's on the weird shit. Y'all believe her? Or now is she lying? Because she's now mentioning and kind of alluding to Hip Hop Jesus, which is Kendrick. She's saying that they're on the weird shit. Are y'all saying that she's lying now? If you're saying we should believe her, she's saying they're weird too. What's up? It's always anytime you see people be like, no, let them talk. Somebody like this she doesn't really have the wherewithal to realize you can't say Kendrick and Kendrick people is weird because Kendrick is hip hop Jesus. He could do no wrong. So even the people who are rocking with you, the moment you say hip hop Jesus, Kendrick is doing some weird shit, you're like, oh hell no. All right, now she's lying. So chat, y'all tell me, if she telling the truth about Drake, Jay-Z, Diddy, Chris Brown, now she's mentioning Kendrick. She tell the truth too, right?
What was her name? Alori Joe?
Oh.
That woman threw herself from a control tower and impaled herself with spikes right before she was about to sign the TDE. And her fiance, Ab Soul, threw himself off the freeway out of grief and survived. Why are all of the artists at TDE so unhappy? You guys.
As I said, chat, sometimes it'll make you laugh or make you cry. This is the thing with Jaguar Wright. When y'all be like, oh no, whatever, because she's talking some crap about Jay-Z and Diddy, she's going to get to your favorite artist too, who you think is hip-hop Jesus, and the people he grew up around, and the people he came up in this game around. And I know people are like, well, Kendrick's not TDE. Kendrick came up in that system, and he made that label. He put that label on the map in a way where it was a dominant force in the industry. So whatever she's saying, if you believe her about them people, that means Kendrick. Which, by the way, I don't believe that. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. Like, I just want to tell y'all about when y'all start getting into this cynicism shit. Like, oh no, like she knows everything about you. Y'all are down to believe shit until she mentions the person you love. That's my point.
Some of the best artists in the West there. Why did Kendrick Lamar feel the need to leave and start his own? And why is he able to release more records now that he's not at TDE?
He released one album and 3 diss songs. He ain't releasing much more music than he was releasing on TDE. Damn dropped in 2017. 2022, we get motherfucking Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. For 2 years after that, we're in 2022. We have maybe 3 or 4 features, right? 3 or 4. No, all right, let's say a little bit more because he was doing, but definitely less than 10. And we have 2 diss songs and 1 album since 2022. He ain't releasing that much music since. Let's be honest. But here's the thing: if y'all want to say y'all believe her, y'all gotta now say, if y'all want to say Diddy's sick, Jay-Z sick, TDE sick.
So
Interesting.
let me ask you, as you're on this topic.
I tell you one thing, Curtis Jackson, you are a setup king. And I promise you this, any little nigga that you're enlisting to go down to New Orleans and start trouble during the Super Bowl, that will stop. That will stop. I'm sick and tired of you. And the truth is, they only like you for your money.
So let me ask you, Jack, on a surface level, you're saying that Kendrick being in the Super Bowl versus, let's say, Wayne, which was like a shoe-in for the city, that in the background, and again, we talked about the mayor, it's a lot more to it than just as simple as, oh, Kendrick's he had a great year.
Social engineering. Creating an issue that didn't need to be an issue.
I hear that. Like Hunger Games, like.
Very Hunger Games. Life imitates art. Art imitates life. I tell you one thing, it's been almost 30 years since Biggie and Tupac were taken from us. That was social engineering at its finest. It got people in line, didn't it?
Without question.
Now you think about Drake right now, and you think about Kendrick Lamar. That's looking about the same as Biggie, Kendrick. Biggie, Kendrick, Tupac. Drake. Think about the comparisons.
Yep.
Your mental health is a real thing, bro. That is not the same thing at all. Biggie and Tupac is nothing like Drake and Kendrick.
Imagine. Be a gangster playing. Imagine
Comparisons.
if the same fate that befell Biggie and Tupac happened to Drake and Kendrick.
Just imagine.
And as messy as Drake is right now,
You know what's so funny? The people who run this channel, because they're ad-libbing behind the scenes, I could tell that they're just doing this shit for views. They don't believe one fucking word she's saying. They're putting up all type of disclaimer. They don't believe one fucking word. Like they're just like, all right, this is gonna get some views. Fuck it.
I can almost bet that there's somebody that wants to turn his faucet off. Because if y'all think Diddy is a mess, Drake, he was being groomed to be next in line. See? What happens when the real details of what happened to Triple X come out?
Oh my God.
What happens when Jonathan Hay finally starts putting all of the pieces together on why he was put in that home invasion robbery with his daughter? Because he's remembering more now. He's been talking with Truth Is here on YouTube, and he's been saying even more now than he said here. Shout out to Jonathan Hay and your bravery.
Shout out Jonathan Hay. We will get him on the couch soon because his story is one of those stories that might get lost in Hollywood if he was ever silenced.
Might get lost. He might get lost.
Exactly.
Let's make sure he doesn't.
Yeah, let's pray and protect Jonathan Hay. Jack, let me ask you to kind of put a bun on the Piers Morgan situation. He brought you on to speak on Diddy, and it seemed that as if your focus turned to Jay-Z, his wife.
That's always been my focus.
Yes. What?
They're one and the same. Tell me something. When you have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, if it's just peanut butter, it's just peanut butter. If it's just jelly, it's jelly. When you put it together, it becomes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the taste is undeniable.
You saying Diddy and Jay-Z is peanut butter jelly
Peanut
time?
butter and jelly. Let's deal with the sandwich.
We asked you this last time, and Piers Morgan said it. They're not here to defend themselves. Do you think the Carters will speak about any of this at all? Do you just feel that they'll make any statement about what's going
Beyonce is
on?
losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything. Just pretending like life is great in Paris.
Is it her place to say something?
I mean, probably not, considering she's going to be indicted for anything she would say. These are criminals.
Yo,
Diddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z.
this is crazy.
The proof is there. How many up people does he have to be around before people see him for who he is?
It seems like these artists are trying to run away from their past. Diddy changed his name multiple times to say that.
I do want to do a little fact checking, and again, I also don't got no horse in the race, but I like calling out crazy, and I like do fact checking. I will say she is correct. In the last 30 days, Beyonce has lost 1.2 million followers. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. She has 315 million followers. I don't believe that's because of the Diddy thing. What happens is that when you're a huge social media influencer like Beyonce, and let's go to her Instagram. If you don't post, over time, the algorithms, they change and whatever, and they remove fake followers, they remove bot, they remove, listen, if you're not posting regularly, when's the last, oh, never mind, she is posting. A day ago? Yeah, I don't know why she's losing followers. I don't think it's because of that Diddy shit. a day ago, 3. Oh yeah, she is posting. I don't follow Beyonce, so I don't know what the fuck she be. Oh shit, man, she's kind of lit. 2 million, okay. She is losing followers though. Just by the stats. The stats says she's lost 1.2 in the last month. Now, if you want to believe Jaguar Wright that is because of Diddy, cool. I don't know.
That's not me. I'm trying to move beyond Diddy. I'm Love now. It seems like Jay-Z would try to run away from his past.
Calling that nigga Love and anything that he did love. Brother Love. What kind of love? Baby oil love. Baby love. Baby love. Explicit love. Hey! They never thought that hip hop would take it this far.
Oh man, it's different now.
These lyrics are all hitting different right now. All this people talking about fathers, all kinds of stuff.
So what are your thoughts when you see a Choke Is No Joke on, I forgot the, shout out the podcast that had him on, but he speaks on.
I wish somebody would choke that joke.
Damn. He tried to exploit the transvestite that was on the Biggie video.
No, he wanted to sell a story that he thought would get him.
Okay. All right. Now, there's also I don't know if it's fitting, but Jaguar Wright and Orlando Brown has done an interview together, which God bless both of them, okay? Is it this?
I listen to you warn the children every day.
Yeah, apparently they've done a new interview. Niggas got it, bro. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out why ain't nobody got nothing to say with the simple fact.
What's wrong with Orlando Brown?
20 bullshit about everybody he possibly can.
Jaguar, what's wrong with Orlando Brown, girl?
Say about the co-star in his podcast, which is Aries Spars.
It's not our fault that Justin Bieber got fucked by Diddy.
What the hell?
It's not our fault that Usher didn't want to get fucked by Diddy anymore. It is not our fault that Usher didn't want to get fucked by Diddy.
Yo, son.
What the fuck?
You're not. I just don't want to disrespect what you're saying. You're not.
You can't disrespect. You can only go on.
So I have to ask, for those people out there that believe in this thing that exists, is there such thing as a matrix? Are we all embedded in the system? And I don't say this to be sensationalized. I say this to mean that.
No, I'm just like, yo.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, man. This shit is just crazy.
Well, yeah, Pierce Morgan, that was interesting. Playing his music, they making fun of him. Tito, at the sound check, plugging up, they make.
Okay.
And I definitely don't sit with people who make child porn films. I'm still trying to figure out why ain't nobody got nothing to say with the simple fact that Vlad is talking cash money bullshit about everybody he possibly can in the black community, and yet he has nothing to say about the co-star in his podcast, which is what the fuck.
Nigga wanted to be rich.
And put the baby on. No, I put
That being said, with that being said,
listen to me. He turned Justin Bieber into a pocket pussy.
Son.
What the fuck?
Nigga wanted to be rich.
And put the
son.
baby on. No, I put the coke in your car on. Yeah. I put the coke in your car. That Bieber shit is wrong. You gotta walk away.
with that being said,
I put the coke in your car.
This is as Jaguar Wright, Orlando Brown, Jaguar Wright, and Orlando Brown
Come on.
in person. Once in a lifetime. It will end on that. Real life street stars.
Yeah, I think hip hop has gotten to the point where like content on YouTube, just get 2 crackheads and just give them some money, bro. Get them enough that they could get a fix for the next week, and just like, look at this bullshit.
Hey, I gotta speak the language. I put the coke in your car.
Oh, we good.
Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. All right. Okay. They got it. They got it. All right. Let me see if I can remove a few things off our list. We still got a whole bunch of things to get to. Chat. If you guys don't know, the prosecutors in the Julio Fulio case, when it comes to his death, has officially given notice that they intend. By the way, if you don't know, usually after the indictment, they have about 90 days or so, which is about 3 months. Either 3 months or 6 months. I think they can request an extension to let the defendants know that they're opting for the death penalty. And apparently in the Fulio